Hi guys, welcome to our channel, and we're gonna shift gears today. You might have seen, you might have noticed that we've been talking about wealth generation. Of course, that's one of the main components of our channel. But we're gonna shift gears and talk about something different, something that we haven't spoken about yet. It's the ACE method. So this book was written by Mr. Todd Harris, who's my Taekwondo master, and I'm sharing about this book today, not because he was my Taekwondo master, but the things that we can learn out from this book. So the AC, what does it stand for? Accountable, confidence, and empowerment. But let me give you, let me talk about this real quick. Never have I ever in my life read a book twice, and that too back to back days. Okay. And I highly regard this book because it's so simple to understand, written in simple English, great for young adults. I still consider myself young, and you
How
too,
many pages in
right?
that?
Young adults, children, kids. 71, only 71. So that's another reason why I was able to
Wow.
read it within 2 days. All right, and great book for young adults, children, and or we have 2 year olds. Because the reason is it's really hard to teach someone what to do, and it's the way that you put it out there, right? Sometimes you say don't do this, don't do that, but it's not what you say. It's not, you have to show them the way, right? I'm going to pick a few quotes from this book because I don't want to spoil the surprise. Because if you have time, go to Amazon and find this one, and read it yourself, like, understand yourself what I'm saying. And sometimes when I was going through this book, tears came to my eyes. It was very, very touching and very educational one, because it shows you the way to mold yourself to be a great adult, and at the same time how to mold your children to be the best version of themselves. So accountability, right? This is one of his favorite quotes. Owning your mistake is a huge part of being accountable, right? Owning your mistakes every day. If you take, whether you're married, or whether you're in high school, whether you're not going to school, you're in the kindergarten or something, we always come up with excuses, right? For an example, simple example, I'm pretty sure you've been through this too. Let's say you did the dishes, right? And your wife comes and say, hey, you missed a spot, right? And you get, and come on, I did this at least, right? But why you get angry, or why you want to talk back when you know that you made a mistake? It's hard. I know it's hard because you're not prepared to be accountable. Own your mistake. That's what the book says. Teach the children to be accountable even when they're very, very young. There's an example on page 9. Great example. One of his students. So he was uh, there was a competition. It was a tournament. There was this 10-year-old boy, Joel, went for this tournament, and the game was a tie. Game was a tie, and eventually the game was awarded to the other student. And the audience, everyone had told Master Harris and this little Joel, you should have won. You actually won it. You were robbed. And little Joel looked up to Master Harris, and the audio, whoever was talking to him, said, "No, it was my mistake. If I had played better defense, if I had played better, I would have won." Only 10 years old, right? That's being accountable. He owned his mistake. He owned his mistake. He didn't just pass the ball on to the other person. No, game was a tie. If I had played better, I would have scored one next point and I would have won. That's part of being accountable, because he owned his mistake. There are so many examples like that. And really, when I was reading about Joel's story on page 9, it really struck me. Really, tears came to my eyes, and I was like, 10-year-old boy, if he can own his mistake, if he can be accountable, what about us? So then only the whole, doing the dishes thing came to my mind. It was just one of the very, very simple examples, but I'm pretty sure you and I, all of us, whoever watching this video today, gone through one or many, or at least few of those things. But yeah, and that's on page 9. So again, there are so many examples like that. Basically, the thing that I want to share is own your mistakes. Own your mistake. Try to teach your children to own their mistakes, and that's part of being a huge part of being accountable. And also, you have to show them the way. It's not that we tell them. It's not about what we tell them. It's about what we show them, because you have to set the example. You have to show them the way. They look up to us, right? They look up to us. They see what you do. So you show them the way, and they'll do it. And what else we got in here? And the second one is confidence, right? And there are so many examples again in this book, how to build confidence. And you might have seen that if you have a bunch of children playing something or working on a project, this is one person that really, he's a kind of not designated as the team lead, but he acts like a leader, right? What's the difference between him and the rest of the guys is because he got the confidence, right? He got the confidence, and that's why we see that what is one person who stands out of it. And how you can mold your child to be a leader is one thing that book emphasizes. When we always compare children. Not everyone is the same. Everyone is different. If you take your 5 fingers, there are 5 sizes. Everyone is different. Everyone has their own ways of showing things, telling things, and everyone's got this at least one special skill that they're really good at. And we should never compare, because if I can sing, it doesn't mean my son has to sing, or some son should be able to sing, or you can. It's not like that. It doesn't happen that way, right? So never ever compare a child with someone else's child. And also never ever do the things like, oh, he's not this, he can't do that. He's always like that. Because what you say goes into that little mind, and it stays there. When you say he's a liar, it goes and saying that. Is this great example. I think it's on page 25, 26. There's this kid coming to the dojo. His mom has always been there in the classroom, and this little guy wasn't able to do even one push-up. All right, one push-up. I'm telling you, and it's on the book. Because his mom's always saying, oh, he's this, he's lazy, and it's stuck in his head. And the moment mom steps out, and there was a Master Harris kind of strategically made sure that mom is out, and he was able to do his thing. He did I think 15 or 20, I don't remember, really well. So because now he knows that his confidence is high, because whoever is letting him down, unfortunately his mom, without even knowing, is nowhere around, right? And he's able to, it's just one of the simplest examples that I picked from the book. But there are so many like that. Yeah,
I have seen that actually. Some of the kids that they don't dance in front of their parents.
Yeah.
But they actually dance very good, and
when they're not around.
Right.
I probably because your parents could be your harshest critic, right? Oh, don't do that. You're wrong. Or you missed a spot. It's
they
not
could be shy about things. I don't know about some particular people that they cannot express themselves, right?
Exactly. And so there are so many examples like that, how you kill the confidence of a child. And I learned a lot from that, because sometimes I felt like I also did, few things wrong here and there, which, I never thought about killing, without even knowing. I think I was killing the confidence of my 2-year-old. And I stopped doing that. You're that, you're wrong or something, or you're lying. No, there are different ways of saying that. And please read the book. It's great, giving you some great examples how to mold your child, and giving them how to give them more confidence. And the third one is empowerment, the E method. The last one is empowerment, self-empowerment. And again, the tears came to my eyes when I was reading through this. I think it's page 52. See, I even remember some of the page numbers, right? Because I read it twice. There was this autistic child, and how her mom took it as a positive,
Mm.
and eventually how that 5-year-old autistic child become an entrepreneur. Can you believe
Oh,
that? I mean, I'm not talking about like a
it's a real
millionaire
story, right?
5-year-old. No, this is a real story. Okay, it's on this book.
Mm.
And she made sure that she was an entrepreneur at the age of 5 and making her first $400.
Oh.
And again, I'm not going to kill the surprise and kill the real excitement of reading the book. Read about it, and because I know if you're having an autistic child or any kind of differently able child, I cannot even imagine what you're going through. All
Mm.
right, but the good thing is there's a solution. It's not a disease. Every child again has something that they're specialized in. Make sure you build their confidence. Make sure that you really take it out from them. They're not in the sense like really give them the energy to show it to the world. And that's why that's what Masahari and this little child's mom did together, making sure that this child became an entrepreneur at the age of 5, because every child, especially the child, needs someone that who really believes in them. Imagine a child comes up to you and say, hey dad, hey mom, I want to do this, and you kill their energy, confidence by saying, oh no, you're too young, you can't do that. Imagine how even adults, right? If you go and tell your spouse or significant other, hey, I have this idea, and all they do is it kills your confidence, right? Imagine for
Oh, if you saw that Despicable Me, the one, I think his mom always say,
yeah.
I'm gonna.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She always said that
There you go.
till the end. He does that.
Yes, absolutely. That's a great example. Despicable Me one, I think.
One,
Yeah.
right.
Right. No, great example. We can see that's what happens. It kills the youngsters, the little ones' confidence. But instead, and especially if you have a child who's struggling to do certain things the way that you want them to do, and don't do that. Encourage them, empower them, and believe in themselves. There's a great thing, great section of this book. It says he had sometimes all we need is someone to believe in us as much as we do, and when you find that person, we can do anything. There was an example where Masaris had to go to a guidance counselor, and every time he goes there, she says no, no, no. And then he found this one person in school, who always believed in himself and as much as he does, then how he succeeded. And all those great stories, this book is filled with great stories, how to be a great adult, how to be a great version of yourself, how to mold your younger child to be the best version of themselves. And I hope you learned something. I mean, this is a very real, crash course. And if you have any questions, please drop a line on the comment box. And again,
Right. Thank you guys
yep.
for watching.
All right, guys. Thank you.